Hey, how's it going, everybody? The title is not clickbait. I have decided that every single video that I have uploaded, except for some gaming videos that I've done previously, I think roughly 2 years ago, are going to be deleted from my YouTube channel. And I'm doing this because I kind of want to rebrand a little bit. I noticed throughout these 3 years of me making content, I've gotten complacent. I thought that I could just record all of my content while live streaming and then edit those videos barely by just putting them in DaVinci Resolve and then just making sure that all the sound is equalized properly and then upload the VOD essentially without adding any extra creative flair to it. I have not been as creative with my YouTube videos the way that I wanted to be. And part of my passion is showing my personality through my creativity and my voice also. So whenever I played through games like Amnesia the Bunker and Satisfactory, which there were only 2 videos of those, in those videos I showed my creativity through my editing. Whenever I looked back at those videos, and also, believe it or not, I'm a Corey fan, whenever I watched his video where he talked about him coming back, that made me realize that I forgot what my mission was going to be for my content creation as a whole. And that is to make people laugh. That is to help people forget that they're living in a really cold, dark world. And right now, we're living in a really dark time on the internet. Like, if you see what's going on, like the discourse around what happened to Charlie Kirk and how people on this side of the political spectrum are celebrating it, and this side of the political spectrum is like just really pissed off about it, and rightfully so. No one deserves to get assassinated for words. Some people just are tired of seeing both sides of the discourse because it's stressful. Whenever you look at the description of my YouTube channel, it says, I'm addicted to making people laugh. And that's because I am. I really am. I get almost like an addictive kick out of making people laugh. And sometimes that's to a fault because sometimes I make jokes that, otherwise I'm like, I'm a Christian. I shouldn't be making jokes like that. Oh, that's a little bit too edgy. You know what I mean? Right? All in all, I just love making people laugh. And I understand it. I'm not going to be able to make everybody laugh on both sides of the political spectrum. Right? I understand that I have some opinions that some people would call me a disgusting human being for. I mean, for crying out loud, Alex Rosen catches pedophiles else. Everyone calls him a racist, even though a bunch of the people that he has on his team are non-white people, myself included. I'm mixed. And also he collaborates with Gideon, which also I want to give a shout out to Gideon as well, because I talked to Gideon about wiping clean the slate of my YouTube channel because Gideon has done that before as well. But the reason why Gideon did it is because at the time he converted to Christianity and he read some Bible passages where it essentially talks about how people who create discourse are like not good, essentially, right? By discourse, I mean, if you don't know, I worked for Predator Poachers, right? Alex Rosen frequently collaborates with Gideon, and Gideon wanted me to edit some of his videos, even though I didn't have the time to. So that's how I have contacts with Gideon, and he's my brother in Christ. I see him as that first and foremost, right? Because I know some people flex the people who they know who are really popular people, and they'll call them up and be like, "Hey, you're on stream right now. By the way, we're friends, right? We're friends, right? Please tell me we're friends." That's darn cringe. Anyways, I want to give a shout out to Gideon because Gideon essentially told me if I want to delete my videos to feel like a clean slate and if it would make me feel good about coming back to YouTube, then yeah, I should do it if I feel good about it. And I thought it through, and also the other things that he told me, he said, don't go in it with the mindset to provide. Do content as a side thing. Don't go into content creation with the mindset that you have to do it to provide. Because if you don't do good enough, then you're not going to make enough money and then you're going to stress yourself out. Gideon warned me against that. Okay, so I want to give a big shout out to him. He helped me think deeply about this decision of mine. So I have decided to delete 98% of all of my YouTube videos. So that way I can focus on gaming and maybe even gaming news as well. I do have other plans for the future for what I want to do with content. And I'll just let you in on one thing. Let's talk. Where it's a podcast where I talk to anyone about anything. I want to be able to talk to them about gaming, about God, about Jesus Christ, almost like a content creator version of Turning Point USA. But I would talk to anybody. And if I really want to make that plan work, I must be willing to talk to anybody. Because that's who Jesus talked to. Jesus Christ the Messiah spoke to everybody. No matter how outspoken those people were against Jesus, Jesus still spoke to them about his ideas about God. And he also told the truth while doing so, and it pissed a lot of people off. But at the same time, he was still open to speaking with everybody, even his enemies. So if I do a podcast in the future called Let's Talk, I ought to be willing to not only talk about Jesus with my friends and with my neighbors, but also with my enemies and people whom I have taken issue with in the past. Let me know in the comments if I should do this idea. But for right now, I want to focus my content on gaming and gaming news, and if there are any other controversial topics that are happening in the world, like the unfortunate assassination of Charlie Kirk, I want to be able to talk about it here freely as much as possible. Now, why haven't I been streaming? To my community who watched all my live streams, thank you for watching my live streams, and I hope that you continue to enjoy the content that I post here on YouTube. But why did I mainly stop streaming on Twitch? My attention span sucks. Whenever I would talk about really important topics, or topics that I actually cared a lot about, in my live streams, some of my people in my chat would just come up with like different random things to just mention. Out-of-pocket jokes which would make me laugh, and then whenever I would laugh, all of a sudden I would forget what I was saying. And then I would completely throw off the prospect of me even be able to make a video out of what I was talking about. Because I would stream 3 to 4 hours each day, every day. And that would be after I had work out of the house. And so I was too tired, and if I'm being real, I prioritized streaming because I felt like that would be easier, right? But I was too tired by the end of my streams to even cut out any parts where I did get distracted from those talking points from a video into a YouTube video that I could upload later on. I was just too exhausted, and I didn't want to have to hear myself talk again for the second time and try to remember, what did I say? What part of the live stream did I slip up and like accidentally go off topic and like yada yada. I hope you know what I'm talking about. And I felt trapped by my own lack of knowing what I want my niche to be. Because being on Twitch, where there is no discoverability at all, whatsoever, at all, Man. I already lost my train of thought. A ching-chong penguin! There is no growth opportunity on Twitch unless you have a bombastic clip, you set up fireworks in your room, you run over somebody on the highway and you keep on driving even though the blood's on the windshield, you probably take your pants off and twerk in the camera, or whatever it is. You won't grow on Twitch unless you have very clippable moments like that. And I feel like I have the type of personality to have clippable moments, minus the twerking in the camera with my pants off. I will not do that no matter how much you pay me, okay? So stop it.
Bro, what are you talking about?
And the reason why I didn't grow, it's not my community's responsibility to grow me. It's mine. It's my responsibility to get myself out there. And I was not effective at that at all, whatsoever. Because I was choosing to go with Twitch rather than doing what I originally wanted to do ever since I was in like freshman year of high school. Whenever Modern Warfare 3 came out, I uploaded a video on a completely different account, and that video is gone, so you won't even be able to find it. Where I unbox the Modern Warfare 3 physical copy, wasn't even the collector's edition. I just put the disc back in the case, and then I videoed myself opening it up and then giving my thoughts on how the game was after I had played it. So like, yeah, I've always loved entertaining, and so I want to do that on this YouTube channel. I was very inspired by Corey Kenshin, 8-Bit Ryan, Jacksepticeye, Markiplier. I was inspired by them way before I started doing Twitch streaming. And so that's the style of gaming content that I want to make. I don't know if I'll do horror games. I already know what game I'm going to do after I upload this video, which you guys might like it. It's a game that just came out. and you'll see whenever I upload it, okay? How often am I going to upload? Whenever I want. I'm also not going to stress myself out with this. I've thought about recording a video one day, and then the next day I edit it, and then the next day after that, I put my final touches and upload it. Either way, I want to upload whenever I want to upload. Will I live stream again? Probably not. But we'll see how things go. Reason why I stopped streaming in the first place is because I got too distracted and I would always forget my talking points. However, if I had a much faster chat, and I mean much faster, like XQC or Asmongold, I wouldn't feel compelled to read every single chat message because they would all be going by so fast. So it would be the assumption for all the chatters that it's likely that their chat's going to get missed. So to summarize, I'm deleting 98% of my videos. I quit live streaming because I'm really busy. I'm not going to live stream again until I become very big on YouTube, and then I basically pull an Asmongold and I start live streaming after I have an established community on YouTube. I want to shout out Gideon for talking to me personally about my decision to delete all of my videos and, you know, helping me like think about if it's something I want to do, which I've discovered that it is something I want to do. And I'm going to start uploading more gaming-centered content or content that talks about whatever it is that I want to talk about at that point, such as current events that are either revolved around gaming or things that could affect gaming or something in general that I feel passionate about, right? I'll even add something else on the side too. I might even add Bible readings too. Now, keep in mind, I'm not a perfect person, so if I start Bible reading and like you see some clips of me cussing, just keep in mind, cuss words are part of my vernacular, but I am trying to use them less online. But I just want to let you guys know in case because I was at a point in my walk with Christ where I thought that cussing was like one of the worst things you could do as a Christian, right? Because like it's foul-mouthedness, right? Let no corrupt speech flow out of your mouth, but only that which is edifying, so that way you'd be able to like tell everybody about what the gospel of Jesus Christ is. But my opinions have kind of changed on cussing. But in my content, if I do cuss, I'll probably censor it out with the word, "What the darn did you say to me, you rapscallion?"
Damn, bro, you got the whole squad laughing.
Feel free to watch the future videos that I make and decide whether or not you want to stick around, which I hope you do because I really, like I said, want to help make your day feel a little bit better. Even if it's just a little. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful day, night, evening, morning, whatever time it is for you all. Just remember that God so loved the gamer, and may God bless you, and the Lord Jesus Christ keep you. Like and subscribe. Thank you for your time. Bye.